Hey guys, welcome to Black History Book Podcast. If you are just discovering this channel, super welcome to you. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell because we've got interesting content that we push out all the time. You can also check out previous videos so you learn more about history. There are so many interesting facts that you probably never learned in school. Without wasting much of your time, I will be going into the agenda of the day and I will be sharing a brutality story, the lynching of Jesse Washington, an 18-year-old man accused and sentenced to death for the murder of a white woman named Lucy Fryer. On the morning of May 15, 1916, approximately 15,000 people gathered near Texas to witness the trial and lynching of J.C. Washington, an 18-year-old black man charged with killing Lucy Fryer. The brutal murder of Washington provided the newly formed National Association of the Advancement of Colored People with an opportunity to place lynching at the forefront of public consciousness and thereby solicit support for the National Anti-Lynching Campaign. The body of Lucy, a 53-year-old white woman, was found by her children in the family's property in Robinson, 7 miles southwest of Waco. Jesse Washington was a laborer on Fryer's farm and was arrested and charged with Fryer's death. Tensions ran high when A.T. Smith, the black managing editor of Paul Quinn Weekly, reprinted a Chicago Defender article that proclaimed that Fryer's husband actually murdered his wife. Smith was arrested, convicted of libel, and sentenced to 1 year of hard labor in the local road gang. So it was pretty much a done deal. No one was going to come to the rescue of Chelsea, and anyone who tried, obviously, you can see what happened to someone that tried helping or standing up to Jesse. Let's learn about Jesse. Let me share some brief information, some background information about who Jesse was before his unfortunate death. Born in 1897, Jesse was the eldest son of George and Ellen Washington, who had 12 children. Jesse was described as having a quiet disposition and a mental disability, and when asked during his trial whether he was guilty or not guilty, he simply said yes. One other thing you should know about Jesse is the fact that he was an illiterate, so he couldn't read, he could not write, and the signature on the document, on his confession was just an X. Really, was just an X, and that sentenced him to death. So by the following Monday morning, after coercing Jesse to confess to killing Lucy, um, there was a trial. The jury deliberated for 4 minutes and the mob took him. Once that happened, I cannot begin to tell you the kind of things that were done to Jesse. He was stabbed, he was lassoed, he was beaten, onlookers were throwing bricks at him, using shovels to hit him. Terrible, terrible stuff, people. After he died, a group of local schoolboys removed Washington's charred skull. They extracted his teeth and sold them for $5 a piece. No words, guys. None. Whew. Others sold individual links of chain that was used to hold Washington down to a telephone pole for 25 cents. So an innocent man was killed in the most horrific and terrible manner and made money off his remains. This is crazy, guys. Well, I honestly don't think I would have survived certain eras when I read stories like this, when I try to share stories like this. Like, man. Hmm. Well. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People officials at the headquarters in New York City learned of the lynching, launched their own investigation without the help of local officials. They learned the names of several mob leaders but were rebuffed when they offered this information to the local authorities, obviously, to expose and combat the unchecked violence against Washington and other black lynching victims in the South. The National Association of the Advancement of Colored People issued a supplemental booklet to its magazine, The Crisis, in July 1916. Readers of the WACO Horror were exposed to 8 pages of details about the murder of Washington in what editor Dubois called a typical Southern town. So this is the story of George Washington, guys. I think this is the most horrific one I have done. Like, guys, sometimes I think I've covered certain stories, like there can't be any more to this, and then I get surprised and shocked over and over again. So what have you learned so far? What story do you think we should cover? What is the importance of the story? I think that Jesse's story, though it ended in such a tragic manner, kind of gave the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People an opportunity to really advocate for the black community at the time. Thank you so much for listening. Till I see you in the next video, I remain your humble host, Stephanie.